Ladies, gentlemen, and everything that might be in between, we're back. Yet another episode of the Faction Wars hard mode progression here. So, we are dealing with a couple of different factions today. Probably two of the strongest factions inside the entire game, in my opinion anyways. And that's going to be the Sylvan Watchers as well as the Sacred Order. So for Sylvan Watchers, we're going to have stages 4 to 6 open. And for Sacred Order, this is actually the first time that we're seeing their faction crypts, so we're going to go ahead and progress through this. Let's go ahead and go into stage 1 here. Now, real quick, we have channel memberships live. Usually I throw this little shout out in at the end of the video, but channel memberships are live, so if you want to support the channel a little bit more than most people do, go ahead and hit that join button down below. Also, of course, linked in the description is going to be my Discord if you want to hop in there. We have a very active community. Go ahead and make sure to join. I'm trying to grow both this channel as well as the Discord at the same time, so make sure to go ahead and interact with that. That being said, though, let's go ahead and hop straight into the video. We have stage 1 here of the Sacred Order, which means we do have to place 10 plus provokes. So, really, the main option that we're going to have for this is going to be Vault Keeper Wixwell, who it won't let me select or like to look at for some reason. He has essentially a very, very decent land rate of a provoke on his A1, so each hit going to have a 60% chance of landing it. If it's a boss, it's basically guaranteed. Another option we have is Templar, who on his A2 has a 4-time at random, each hit having a 50% chance of placing a provoke. And then also a block damage on himself, a very, very strong option if you need a provoke, of course. And then we do have Mr. Justicar as well, who has a 75% chance on a single hit to place a provoke. A little bit weaker of an option as far as it goes, right? So definitely not as good of a candidate, but we're going to be going ahead and we're going to be running Vault Keeper Wixwell for this, and we are going to have to manual this because of the fact that we have to place 10 provokes. It's going to take us a little while to get there, so we can't just let He-Man go nuts and nuke everybody down off the start, right? So let's go ahead and get an AoE burn going. Why not? We're going to go ahead and buff up here with our cardio, and then we're going to go ahead and get a provoke in on, I don't know, let's say the Zargala, right? We don't get the provoke placed. Fantastic. So we're going to have to keep cycling. He-Man, we're just going to have try and whack into the champions that he's weak against now. My Lady Noelle is not like fully built or anything like that, so unfortunately she's going to be a little bit weaker than we would like to see. She doesn't have like much gear on or anything like that. Let's try. There we go. The Zargala is provoked now. Of course, as I always say, if you're having trouble progressing with this, you can easily go ahead and throw yourself in an AoE champion or somebody that does a bunch of attacks inside a provoke set. So a perfect candidate for that would be Cardio, actually, if you have him. You know, if you just happen to have one of the best Void legendaries in the game. You know, nothing too crazy, right? If you just happen to have him, you know. If you happen to have Cardio, he can be very strong for this because he has a chance to team up with your allies whenever they attack. And as you can see, Wixwell's counterattacks are actually coming in pretty clutch as well, because we do have 2 additional provokes placed that we would not have got otherwise. And you can really just see how well this team is getting it brought together, right? So we have 5 provokes placed already, mainly because of those counterattacks. We have another counterattack coming in from Wixwell and another provoke getting placed on it. Cardio obviously is going to be fantastic for making sure that, you know, everybody stays alive. Noelle is going to be absolutely fantastic for that as well. We do have no provoke placed there, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and do an AoE decrease attack. She does have Unkillable on her, which is annoying. I don't think he ignores Unkillable, does he? No, he does not, unfortunately. So we're just going to keep whacking into her there. Again, He-Man, I'm perfectly fine just cycling through his turns. He is an insane DPS unit, so we have a provoke placed there, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and get that A1. In hindsight, we probably should have put the block buffs on this annoying orc lady so that we could go ahead and progress through this at any point if we were, you know, done with the wave, essentially. But we do have provokes on her, so we should be cooking here. We'll buff up He-Man as well, so that once we get that final provoke placed, or final 2 provokes, I guess, placed, we can just go ahead and absolutely blast them and have a giddy time. Get the counterattack. We do get the provoke placed. Now we essentially just need 1 more provoke to be placed, and then we have beaten this. We have the 10 provokes placed now, apparently, so there we go. Go ahead and get the AoE decreased defense, as well as the weaken. Now, He-Man has a decent amount of buffs on him. We should be able to absolutely just blast them I'm going to freeze them as well, because why not? That is going to reduce how much damage they take, but it kind of is what it is. Now, He-Man can also weak hit here too, so it may not be that impressive, but my god, it was still impressive. Granted, he didn't weak hit anywhere, so that's good, right? Let's go ahead and hit here. Get some turn meter reduction. Let's go ahead and just massively slam her with everything we got. We get the provoke up there as well, which is perfect. We're going to go ahead and take out the Slixus there. We'll go ahead and try to provoke War Chief here, just so that he doesn't provoke us and steal all our buffs and all those nasty things. Try to place a block buffs there, but we did not get it, unfortunately. We'll hit the AoE burn here. We'll get the block debuffs as well, which would be perfect. Right now, I do actually have my cardio built out inside, like, I think a 6 or a 9-piece protection as well. I think it's a full 9-piece protection, so he's actually kind of crazy with it. He-Man, as you can see, just makes this faction look like fodder. But I have noticed that the Sacred Order is just an insane faction in general. So even if you don't have He-Man, you still have some fantastic champions in here, right? So we're talking like Phoenix at an epic level with an A1 block revive and multiple hard-hitting other skills in his kit. We're talking the Poisoner, Corvus the Corruptor, right? If you need to just get through content, he can absolutely help out. We got Venus, we got Lady Noelle, we got Vault Keeper Wixwell, we got Cardio. I think Siegfried, the Nephilim, is in this faction. Obviously, once we actually get the Faction Wars Hard champion, she's inside this faction as well. The Sacred Order is just absolutely stacked with, like, god-tier champions. Whereas something like the Ogren Tribes is struggling a little bit, right? So, don't know if that's intentional or not, but it is what it is. We didn't get much damage there, actually, which is unfortunate. We'll go ahead and hit that AoE freeze. He does cleanse, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. We're so tanky here that there's not going to be much that they can do. AoE decreased defense will be perfect, and the debuff is blocked from the Krisk, because fuck you, Krisk. We'll go ahead and smack into the Ugo here, just so she can't revive. We just straight up take her out. And we should have the He-Man ready to go here with his big slam as well. So here we go. And that's it. We're through stage 1. Easy 3 stars. There we go. Got the provokes placed. We're good. We have 20 plus poison debuffs now for the requirement for the next one. If you're placing poisons here, obvious option, Corvus the Corruptor. You also have Venus, who's placing a bunch on her A1. And then you have Cardinal, who can place them on her A1 as well, I believe, though she has a very low chance of doing it. As always, though, throw a Toxic Set on somebody. Throw a Toxic Set on somebody who's doing AoEs. Throw a Toxic Set on, like, your Deacon Armstrong, right? And you're going to be perfectly fine. I'm probably going to be using Corvus the Corruptor, even though he is a little bit in the nude right now. So let's go ahead and see if we can't. Get some gear on him. So we'll do Fitting Room, a Feral Piece. There we go. Perfect. We'll go ahead and go to the regular gear here. We're going to hide, set filters. Through the grapevine, I have heard that we have free re-gear coming soon. So, you know, get ready for that, ladies and gentlemen, if that's something you've been waiting for. I certainly have been, because I hate spending my hard-earned silver on re-gearing champions outside of the regular gearing periods. So, there we go. Very respectable build for our Corvus. We are going to keep He-Man in here just so that we can clam slam people down once we've placed all the poisons, because I don't want to sit here for 30 minutes waiting for the poisons to tick. And that's kind of a privilege that we have when we play with the Sacred Order. We actually have the privilege to nuke down the enemy team, right? We don't have to sit here and wait for poisons or burns to do the job, unlike some other factions that we've played against. So that is fantastic. Now, Corvus might be absolutely broken inside something like the new relic that increases poison damage, so just something to consider there. We already have 4 poisons placed, so we're going to get kind of like a fire and ice going here with Venus and... sorry, I said 4 poisons placed. We have 16 placed, so we only need 4 more is what I meant to say. But yeah, we'll get the fire and ice going with Venus and Noelle here, where we freeze them and then still have them, you know... still have them burned or whatnot. Corvus is just such an absolutely goated champion. Like, it's ridiculous. He's doing all this stuff for the team, right? Like, bringing in... Well, not really for the team, I suppose, but he's bringing in, obviously, a crap ton of poisons. He brings a decreased attack. He brings a poison extension. He just does so much. He's a fantastic champion. And it looks like we're calling out the free regear inside the clan chat here as well. A little tip I want to give you guys, by the way, when you're using global chat, right? I learned this earlier. So when I come into, let's go English channel 69, right? What's going to happen is you're just going to get spammed with, like, get Rixia at raidgift.com and other things like, my trash clan is recruiting, make sure to join us, right? But if you come to the international, all you're going to see is just the regular updates, like they're upgrading champions, they're summoning champions, they're upgrading shields, that sort of stuff. And then there's still sometimes players in here who are chatting, and you can actually chat in here as normal as well, right? So I'm going to be making the switch to International Channel 69. If you wanna get in on that and have some good chatting action, that's where I'll be from now on, because I'm getting so just sick and tired of the fucking nonsense that gets spewed in the global chat every single day. Plarium has a definite issue where chat sucks, right? Chat just absolutely blows cheeks as it stands currently, and I don't know what they're really going to do to fix it. I don't even know what you would do to fix it. Like, what can you do, right? Like, you can maybe add more moderation. I know when I first started playing the game, for a while, you'd actually see notifications saying, like, so-and-so has been banned by the admin or something like that, but that seems to have kind of disappeared, unfortunately. So you're just getting spammed with, like, miscellaneous bullshit that nobody cares about. Which is quite a shame, We're going to buff up here so that we can clam slam with He-Man, hopefully. Didn't quite take everybody out. We still have him standing, so we're going to go ahead and poison him. Or we'll weak hit again. That works too, I guess. Decrease turn meter's perfect. Get some poisons there. Just... oh, we don't even have the full amount of poisons placed. What have I been doing? I thought we would have the poisons placed by now. Let's go ahead and try this again. I was too distracted talking about the trashy chat in the game. That's what I get, I suppose. We'll go ahead. We'll do this again. Get an AoE burn. There it is. We'll make this one quick. Hopefully we'll get the AoE block debuffs and whatnot. We're going to get just this clam slam here. Double hit there as well, which is nice. We get an AoE here. A couple of poisons placed. We have 14 placed already. We'll go ahead and freeze them. We don't freeze the Sepulcher, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll go ahead and just target her so that she can sit the F down, because we don't want to see it. We don't want to see her anymore. What an annoying champion in the face, right? Double hit takes her out. Hefrak is going to go ahead and whack us there, but it's kind of whatever. We do have 15 poisons placed, so now we just have to be careful to make sure to get through this without, without the poisons expiring, or not even that. But what I meant to say is make sure that we get through this. It's a good thing I double-checked. I was debating, hey, should I double-check and make sure we met the requirements? And my god, it is a very good thing that I did. We get like another poison place there, so that's 16 so far. You can see we get that decrease attack coming in from the Corvus as well. Corvus was like genuinely on my Dragon Hard team, and he was able to do it like almost entirely naked at stage, I think it was 20 that we were doing it. He was insane. Absolutely insane. What a Giga Chad. He literally just had like a banner on for accuracy, and that was it. Crazy times, crazy times. Go ahead and get that burn there. Let's go ahead and A1 here. Let's go ahead and A1 here. We're just waiting for Corvus to have his cooldowns available. He is booked, but he does cycle a little bit slow just because he's not built incredibly fast. Obviously, we'll go ahead and freeze everybody because screw you, we don't want you getting a turn. Go ahead and get that decreased defense and weaken out there as well. Go ahead and buff up our team. We're just basically like getting ready to absolutely obliterate everybody with our He-Man as soon as we have the poison requirements met. So we're at 18 now. We'll go ahead and slam out with Corvus. We get some poisons across the board, and now we have the full 20 placed. Go ahead and get the block buffs there. Let's go ahead and just slam in here. Now He-Man should be able to wipe them if he doesn't weak hit. He does weak hit, but we almost wiped him anyways. But we'll go ahead and just finish this guy off real quick. Spam some A1s into him until he's dead. Make sure we have our cooldowns available. Nothing crazy. There we go. We're on to wave 3. Double check, double check. Yep, we got all the poisons placed. We'll go ahead and get the AoE defense break. as well as the Weaken. We'll go ahead and we will ally attack into Alatreon, just because he's annoying because he can cleanse, so we don't want him living anymore. And we'll go ahead and hit the AoE here. Take everybody out. There we go. We're done stage 2. We're now on to stage 3. Let's see. Place 10 plus stun debuffs. This one might be a bit more problematic. I can't really think of any hardcore stunners that we have inside the faction. So, let's go ahead and take a look here at debuffs. Who do we have that is capable of placing stuns? Where the hell are stuns? There we go. We have exactly one. Fantastic. Fantastic. Absolutely sensational. We have, of course, our guaranteed stun. Not guaranteed, but 100% chance of placing on Lady Atessa, one of the worst ally attack champions inside the entire game. Yay! So, what we're going to do, because we don't hate ourselves, is we're going to bring in probably a Deacon, and we're going to switch him over to a stun set. So let's go ahead and do that. Right here, fitting room. We'll go ahead and pull the stun set that we have currently on Deliana, because I was just using her for the Elf Crypt. This gear is just like making its way around my champion slowly, which is like kind of annoying. Kind of annoying because it's costing me like 500k to do it every time I do it. So yeah, not fun, not fun. So it's the +4 Deacon that we have in it. We'll go ahead and replace Corvus with him, which is perfect. Also pretty crazy that Cardio and Deacon have the same aura, but I mean, hey, far be it from me to question Plarium literally ever if I want into the content creator program, at least, right? Like, you know, we can't be doing that here, God forbid. Let's go ahead and get a freeze. Let's go ahead and get an ally attack in on Elva, because fuck you, Elva, that's why. We don't get a stun, we don't get nothing. We're gonna go ahead and hit Elva again. We're not too worried about even if they buff up. We get nothing placed there, no stuns. We're not too worried about if they buff up, though, because we have He-Man. We have the God tier nuker inside the game. So we'll go ahead and just hit in here so it's a weak hit. I'm really just trying to get those stuns placed, but of course RNG may not favor us here for the next little bit. We'll have to wait and see. We get a leech placed at least. That's exactly what we want. We could also bring in like a second Deacon to do this as well, in all honesty, and replace Venus or something like that, but yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead and just whack in here, because screw you. Elva is probably going to try to place her block debuffs right away, which will be annoying to deal with. So let's go ahead and do this. We should have the AoE available from Deacon, but he's just a little bit too slow, unfortunately. So what we will do here is exactly that. We will replace Venus with another champion built out inside stun gear. So if I could get somebody who doesn't already have gear on them, that would be perfect, especially somebody that could do AoEs. So maybe an Alice the Wanderer. She has an AoE on her kit. That being said, though, it'd be cool if we could get... here we go. Udex Artor. Let's go. He's not leveled up. Nothing. We're simply just going to have him inside the stun set. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we get through Faction Wars hard. If you don't want to participate in this gameplay content, too bad. You're going to have to, because one of the cooler champions in the game is locked behind it. So get ready. Get ready. This is how we have to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We go to hide set filters. We go to priority stats, we go to speed, and we go to like resistance, because we don't want him getting debuffed. There we go, speed with triple resistance roll, and there we go. Attack gauntlets, don't know why, but there we go, something like that. So he's at 200 speed, 98 accuracy. This guy is just an absolute giga chad right now. Don't come at me. Level 12 on him as well. Absolutely sensational. There we go. Let's see if we can get through this now. Of course, I'm okay doing this because I have Cardio here who can help keep us alive. I have He-Man who can do some big nukes. And I have Noelle that can revive, right? If I didn't have those options, I wouldn't... There we go! There we go. Let's get that A1, see if we can get some more stuns out there. We don't, unfortunately, but we can just go ahead and freeze them. It's perfectly fine. We got 3 stuns placed on 1 wave. from the Deacon. That is huge. We're going to get an ally attack here, which might kill the Elva, but more importantly, it's going to commit the AoE with the Udex, which means that now we've gotten another stun out there thanks to that, which is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and get an extra turn here with Deacon, my boy Deacon. Try to get a stun there, which we do not get, unfortunately. Once again, as well, guess what? Cardio will be good in the stun set because he's constantly teaming up with your team to attack enemies. So anybody who's teaming up like that and anybody who's doing crazy cycling like that. Okay, well, Udex is gone. Udex is gone. We do have Lady Noelle here to revive, so we're not too worried about that. We just need to make sure, obviously, that his that he's alive when we finish this, so something to consider there. We have 6 stuns placed so far, though. We also didn't have the revive on death on him, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and do this. Cycle of turns. No stun, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and hit the dude in here. Hit him for 70k, apparently. We're going to revive and freeze, but we don't freeze, unfortunately. We're going to get the AoE here. Udex does ally attack, and he does get the stun onto the Ruella. That's perfect. What's fantastic about this, too, is he's level 12. He's, like, not even ascended, ladies and gentlemen. He is not going to have to worry about putting out too much damage and preventing us from getting the stuns. So that is pretty cool, if you ask me. We get one more stun placed there. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and try for another stun. We do get one on the King Galkabar, which is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Exactly what we want to see. Let's go ahead and get the revive on death placed here as well, because I have a feeling Udex is about to face it. Let's go ahead and take out the Ruella, maybe. Just absolutely slam her into the floor, because why not? We're going to try and get a stun here, maybe. No stun, unfortunately, but we are still sitting at 9 stuns, so the instant we're able to get one placed will be pretty fantastic. We'll attack the King Galkabar. We'll get the AoE with Udex Artor, and as you can see, we land both stuns on them, which is fantastic. He's doing big work. I was making jokes about him being a Giga Chad, and I was being kind of sarcastic about it, but you know what? This guy might actually genuinely be a Giga Chad. We're getting through this content literally because of this level 12 champion, who the YouTubers told you wasn't that good, by the way. I'm just saying, you know, far be it from me to question anybody's judgment or anything like that, but the YouTubers told us he wasn't that good, so, you know, something to consider, you know. Well, he missed the stuns there, which is annoying, but thankfully we have the AoE freeze. We're going to go ahead and ally attack into the Eostrid here because she's also incredibly annoying. We do get a couple of stuns placed there, which is pretty incredible. And then we're going to go ahead and just blast them down with He-Man. How you do? So there we go. There is stage 3 beaten from the Sacred Order. So that's a Sacred Order crypt cleared today. Let's go ahead and let's giddy on over to the Sylvan Watchers, who have an interesting little challenge for us, which is to manipulate buff duration. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and see if anybody is able to do this. So, what does it say? Manipulate buff or debuff duration 20 times. Let's go ahead and take a look at other effects, positive effects. Let's go ahead and take a look at increased buff duration. We have Duden and Oella. Let's go ahead and take a look at decreased buff duration. We have nobody. Fantastic. All right. Let's take a look at Duden then. What does he do? He has an attack all enemies. Okay. So his A2 is the guaranteed way then, essentially, to get the buff duration manipulation. Say that 10 times fast. Let's go ahead. Oh, he's already built, too. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Famous YouTuber GearBear YT has come in prepared. We are cooking. Absolutely sensational stuff right here. Let's go ahead and throw that on him. Let's go ahead and just... I don't want to throw a blessing on him in case I pick a wrong blessing. But let's go ahead and bring in him instead of like a Daithy, so that we can go ahead and manipulate those buffs, ladies and gentlemen. We have Ruella here for some damage as well, so we're cooking. There we go. Let's get Shaman down and out for the countdown. Do. There we go. Daithy, hit us, or Duden, hit us with your A2. Manipulate 8 buffs. Let's go ahead and fill our turn meters. Place increased crit rate on us. Let's go ahead and decrease everybody's cooldowns. Put more continuous heals on us. Why the hell not at the end of the day? Get that increased attack. Get that AoE decreased speed that's going to land on Shaman and really nobody else. Dude, what do you got going on for us, my man? You have a taunt and a counterattack. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and A2 into the Kaja. Let's go ahead and boost turn meter on our Ruella. Let's go ahead and keep hitting the Kaja here. Mistress of Hymns can actually revive as well, which would be kind of annoying. Let's go ahead and A1 into her. She does have the weaken too, plus we get some turn meter pushback. We have heals and increased defense and everything like that coming in from the Tree Shield Knot as well. Low-key one of the best revivers inside the entire game, let alone at a rare level. Let's go ahead and whack the Kaja because the Mistress is under CC. Let's go ahead and maybe try for a decrease attack here, though it doesn't look like we're going to land it. We do get a cleanse from the Shaman, which is a little bit annoying, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hit that AoE here for the decreased turn meter. We're going to get the A2 from Duden. We've manipulated 13 times. We're going to boost turn meter on Ruella. We're going to hit with the A2 again into the Kaja, even though she has a revive on death. It is what it is. Perhaps we should have brought a bit more damage, but you know what? It is what it is, right? We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it. Still have revive on deaths here too, which is kind of annoying, but we're going to go ahead and keep Duden going with his counterattack and his taunts. We do take out the Kaja, but she revives, which is kind of annoying. Try to sleep the Yannicka there. We don't land it. That heal from the Shaman is just absolute garbaggio, by the way. Look at that. Healed her back up to like full HP. That's crazy. I'm thinking that maybe bringing in Daithy might be a better option than the Ruella, so I think we'll go ahead and do that, actually, just because Daithy brings AoE damage. I don't think my Creodin has too crazy a gear on him. Yeah, nothing too wild. So we'll bring in the Daithy. That way, once we're ready to blast them, we can start blasting them. So here we go. We'll get plenty of buffs up. We'll go ahead and manipulate said buffs. So we have 7 manipulations. We'll go ahead and hit the Kaja. Go ahead and try to sleep. Maybe the Shaman here would be quite nice. There we go. We'll go ahead and boost the Daithy. Go ahead and whack the Kaja again. We do get an extra turn. Whack her again and again. And we get weak hits every time, apparently. Or he's not crit capped. One of the two. It looked like the last one was a non-critical hit there, which not much we can do about that. Go ahead and try to sleep the Kaja here. Don't land it. Another critical hit. That's pretty fantastic. Let's go ahead and get some more buffs as well as cooldown decreasing here. The Shaman is asleep, which is good, but she does have the block debuffs, which is kind of annoying. But that should be okay. We've manipulated it 7 times. Let's go ahead and maybe get another manipulation here from the Duden right away. We don't have it available quite yet, unfortunately. And we don't have the taunt up from him either, which is even more annoying, but it is what it is. Now, does Daithy have gear on him is the question, because he's not hitting all that hard, to be honest. So we're going to go ahead and do an AoE here and just see what he does. Yeah, he may not have gear on him, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know what? We should still be able to pull it off. Let's go ahead and manipulate those buffs again. We're at 12. Not sure how, because we manipulated so many buffs at this point, but hey. Who's keeping count, right? Go ahead and do this. I genuinely don't know how you're supposed to do this if you don't have Duden, which is kind of funny, but I mean, far be it from me to question Plarium, like I mentioned, you know, God forbid. I want into the content creator program, damn it, and they won't allow it. They don't accept me. I've applied like 4 times, and they just don't even get back to me. They don't ask questions. Don't get the interview, nothing. Just, nope. Not happening. Go ahead and manipulate the cooldowns there. Go ahead and get the... go ahead and get some of these champions taken down. Now, Kaja and Mistress can both revive, so we're going to be looking to try and clap their cheeks before they have that happen. Let's go ahead and hit Kaja. Let's go ahead and hit the AoE here. Let's go ahead and try to sleep Mistress. That would have been big, but we don't get it, unfortunately. We do get a smite on her, though, which is kind of nice. Manipulate some more buffs here. Cool. Duden does some good work and smacks them down. Let's go ahead and try to sleep the Kaja again. Doesn't happen. Now we have an AoE revive. Absolutely fantastic. Exactly what we wanted to see. We'll go ahead and get the extra turn here. We'll smack Shaman because she's the most annoying and she can heal. We'll get another AoE smack. We'll get some turn meter fill as well as some turn meter depletion. Now, Mistress can also revive somebody, so we'll try to just whack her down as quick as possible. Yannicka, we're not too worried about. You've seen how little damage she was doing to our team. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and keep whacking her. Try to get a sleep here would be nice. We're just weak hitting for days, people. For days. Oh my goodness. Alright, try to get a sleep here again. There we go. Didn't even need to hit her for the sleep there. We just killed her, which is pretty cool. Dithey is definitely not crit capped, as you can see. He's like not critting as much as he should be, so that's pretty awesome. There we go. Very annoying wave to go against here, so we're gonna have to try and make sure to get some good old CC out there. Get some buffs up. Get some increased defense up. We're gonna get an AoE here. AoE here. Let's go ahead and try to sleep here, I think. There we go. We do land it. Let's go ahead and boost Dithey just so he can come in and whack. There it is. Let's go ahead and try to get some pushback on the turn meter here. I don't think he's built with Evil Eye, though, so that might not work the best. Try to get a sleep there. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get a taunt here. That way, if they use the exhaust ability, we're good to go. Let's go for a sleep here. We do land it. Awesome. Let's go ahead and attack here. This is Lightsworn, I think, and he can place like Revive on Death and whatnot and be very annoying just overall, so that's something we want to prevent if at all possible. Lysandra does miss her turn there due to the sleep, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and whack her again here. Boost everybody's turn meter, increase attack. Sleeper again, hell yes. We do take out the Pardon there as well. Now we're essentially just going to A1 cycle. We do also have the Smite on her, which is going to help a lot because she's going to use her Exhaust ability. Never mind. Just making me be a liar, apparently. We're just going to keep hitting her with A1s here just so we can make sure we have our cooldowns available for the next wave, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing too crazy, just Dithey doing some non-critical hits, you know, the usual. Let's go ahead and get this up. Let's go ahead and get this. There it is. Let's go ahead and buff up. Decrease our cooldowns. Increase defense. Everything a man needs. Let's go ahead and manipulate buffs as well. Let's go ahead and hit this. We do almost take them all out. We get an extra turn proc as well. Let's take out Killian because he can place block damage on himself, and we don't really have a solid way to remove buffs apart from Dithey's A1. Let's boost Dithey up here so he can try to get another turn. We do get a cleanse there, which is kind of annoying. Hopefully Dithey cuts in and he's able to whack her, but we will see, I suppose. Boom. Don't quite kill her. Not enough damage. We'll go ahead and get some turn meter manipulation here again, as well as decrease speed on her. We'll go ahead and hit the AoE here. Not the AoE, but the taunt. You know what I mean. That way he has to attack our Duden with his ally attack, which is kind of funny. Go ahead and get the increased defense as well as the heal. Go ahead and try to sleep. We do get the sleep right as we needed it because she misses her turn, so that's perfect. Let's go ahead and hit out with Dithey. There we go. We literally just have the High Katoon left. We have the buffs manipulated. We are cooking, ladies and gentlemen. We're off to the races. Go ahead and whack again. Go ahead and just whack in with like A1s here at this point. We're not too worried about it. There we go. Dithey finishes her off with a weak hit. Shocker. Manipulate skill cooldowns 10 plus times. That's going to be pretty easy with my girl, Lady of Irith, in here. If you didn't have that, good luck. You can bring the masteries, obviously, where you have a chance to manipulate skill cooldowns. Other effects, though, so decrease skill cooldown. You do also have Naya, who's able to do it, as well as the other champion whose name I forgot. Increase skill cooldowns, you just have the rare. So the rare can help out with it as well. Pathfinder Kate on her A2. She's actually pretty decent for a rare, in all honesty, but I mean, she's not going to be a consistent option, certainly, so that's just something to consider. But yeah, Lady of Irith is going to be exactly what we want to see here. So let's go ahead and bring in our Preodin, just because we want some CC on the enemy team, essentially. So let's go ahead and do this. Boost everybody up. Drop their turn meters. Go ahead and hit the AoE freeze. We land the freeze on everybody. That's perfect. Now let's go ahead and save her skill cooldown manipulation just until after we've used everybody else's skills at least, right? So they're actually getting manipulated. And there we go. Now we can manipulate. So that should be a good amount. Yeah, it's 6 already. So let's go ahead and get that extra turn here as well. Boom. Just absolutely slamming everybody. Get the extra turn with Dithey. Let's go ahead and whack the Ramen 2. We take him down. 81k. Sit the hell down, Ramen 2. Nobody wants to see you here, you big scaly bastard. We get the freeze on the A1 there with the Creodin as well. Manipulate the cooldowns again, and we are done. So we'll go ahead and throw this on auto here, I think. Okay, Dithey's just going to nuke them down real quick. I just want to make sure, essentially, that we have our cooldowns available for the next wave, so we're just going to go ahead and manual this and just start throwing everybody in A1s. Lady of Aerith is booked, and she's also built inside Reflex and Refresh, I believe, so she has a very good chance of manipulating her own skill cooldowns, which is pretty swanky. Go ahead and do this. We wouldn't mind a little bit more damage in here just to make the farming quicker, but I mean, it is what it is when we're getting through these stages. Let's go ahead and do this. You already know the deal. Go ahead and do this. Then we're going to go ahead and hit the AoE freeze. Absolutely sensational. Manipulate the turns there. Let's go ahead and buff up into the AoE with Dithey. There we go. We do get an extra turn proc. We're going to take out Ugo. Everybody else is frozen. This is sensational. We're going to get a turn meter boost here. We're going to go ahead and turn meter boost to Dithey. Do the same kind of thing with our Eostrid here. Dithey's going to come in. Do that. Do this. An extra turn proc there would have been absolutely brutal for the enemy team, but we don't get it, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and hit that AoE freeze again. We get some damage there, as well as the refreeze on Necmo. I'm going to go ahead and manipulate cooldowns. Go ahead and whack down the Maneater. Go ahead and take out the Necmo here momentarily. Boom, boom, boom. Creodin almost got him. Creodin's definitely not built for damage, though, so that's unfortunate. It's so thankful that we don't have anybody on the enemy team that can turn meter boost when we buff, and I'm not giving Plarium ideas, but that would be very annoying to say the least. So, we're going to go ahead and do the AoE with our Dithey. We do get, like, you know, weak hit there on the Lariaka, which is pretty awesome. We're going to boost Dithey. Dithey has his A3 available, so we're going to do that. Into the whack on the Ugo. Extra turn. We're going to go ahead and whack the Slixus. We're going to go ahead and boost up. Go ahead and decrease down. Keep whacking the Ramen 2 because he's the only one not CC'd right now. Now he's CC'd as well. Manipulate cooldowns. Just double check. Yep, we've met the requirements. Keep whacking the Loriaka. Decrease her turn meter there, which is huge. Get a turn meter fill on the Creodin. Manipulate with Eostrid. There it is. We're going to go ahead and boost the Dithey. Dithey should have some smacking available. Here we go. Boom, boom, and boom. Now it's literally just the Loriaka left. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on full auto here. We hit the freeze coming in from the Creodin at the perfect time as well. We had an extra turn proc there from Dithey, but thankfully he weak hit on both of those, so that was pretty cool. Very nice, RNG. Isn't it only like a 25% chance to weak hit, by the way? Like, that's crazy. Manipulate turn meters 40 plus times. That should be pretty easy. So, some champions for this. You have Ruella, who has the manipulation on her A1. It's going to be a double manipulation because she's decreasing their turn meter, increasing her own. We obviously have Eostrid, that's going to be the GOAT for this. We have Creodin, who can increase your turn meters. Yeah, lots of good options. Don't really need to worry too much about it. Let's just get into it. I think we can honestly do this one on full auto, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it on auto. Eostrid already has us at 10 manipulations completed, which is just crazy. And then we have the AoE freeze specialist in the way of Creodin coming in as well. We have extra turns galore coming in from Dithey. Now, unfortunately, the Eryx does not have any sort of CC on her, so she may get a turn here, which would be unfortunate, but we'll see, She can't really do much. Never mind, she's frozen. We have 32 manipulations already, and we're, like, not even halfway through stage 1, so yeah, Eostrid makes this pretty easy. Evil Eye as a mastery on your champions will make this easy as well. Obviously, Ruella is an absolute champion for this too with her decreased turn meter. Increased turn meter on the A3 too, so she can definitely do some crazy things on this front. Let's just go ahead and A1 spam here until we have the Eric sat down. We've already completed a challenge, people. So let's just go ahead and keep slamming in here. There it is. She sits down. Now we'll go ahead and throw it back on auto here. Not really too worried about who they target because... that was very Canadian, by the way. About who they target. You know, everybody's going to die pretty easily anyways. We have a lot of DPS on this team. We have a lot of control from Kryudin and Eostrid. Eostrid coming in with the clutch sleep there. That's perfect. Hopefully he misses his turn. And okay, well, Dithey just goes ahead and wakes him up, so that's pretty cool. But Eostrid takes him out anyway, so that's okay. It's kind of annoying to face these waves that have the double revivers, like the Duchess and Gorgorab. But, I mean, if you just bring in enough damage, it's perfectly fine, right? So, Gorgorab is not a particularly strong reviver in the way that he doesn't bring any sort of, like, block debuffs or anything like that, or block damage or anything really annoying like that. So, generally, you can deal with him pretty easily. As you can see, though, as always, having the Lady of Irith in here really just makes the cycling of our turns so much quicker. It's awesome. We get an extra turn from Dithey. We get another extra turn proccing. We decrease his cooldown. This guy is an absolute menace. We have some turn meter reductions and all that sort of good stuff coming in. We have an extra turn from Dithey. We're going to hit another extra turn here, maybe? No, not quite. We do get smacked by the Coronar, which is a little bit of a shame. We're going to hit the Blind Seer. We do freeze her, which is perfect. We get a block debuffs from the Mausoleum Mage, which is kind of annoying. We can still decrease their turn meter, though. Get some heals up. Go ahead and A1 in on, I think this is... I want to say... I don't think it's Corpse Collector. It could be like Hexia or something like that her name is. Something crazy like that. We can get the AoE freeze here on a couple of them at least, so we'll certainly try for it. A Candrafon is certainly scary. Not much we can do right now, though, because they have block debuffs. They also have a heal and a cleanse from Mausoleum Mage, which is annoying. Decrease the turn meter. We're starting to get our debuffs up now, though, so that's perfect. Go ahead and get the extra turn with the Dithey. Almost took out the Blind Seer there. We do take her out, though. And now it's just a matter of time. I'm pretty sure she had a revive, but not anymore. So now we just need to spend a little bit more time taking out these pesky, pesky champions. Let's go ahead and see if we can freeze the Seeker. That'd be perfect. Let's go ahead and see if we can sleep the Mausoleum Mage, just because I don't like him. Take her out. We'll go ahead and whack into the Seeker, just because he's sleeping. Don't want to wake up his peaceful little nap, of course. Oi! We get absolutely dunked on by the Candrafon. Hitting us with that A1 double hit crit. Let's go. That being said, though, we have Tree Shield not on the team for this exact reason, so he can go ahead and res. Then we can go ahead and slam with the Dithey, get an extra turn, into an extra turn, into an extra turn. Oh my good god, ladies and gentlemen, Dithey is a beast. And then Eostrid goes ahead and sits them down for the count. That is all 3 stages done of the Sylvan Watchers. We have the boss to face on here next. Now, we do have 100 of these remains to go ahead and craft with. So let's see what we can throw in here and what sort of a relic we can get live on camera. We get a Journal of Necrotos. You know what? If I'm going to get a rare relic, then Journal of Necrotos is one of the best to get. So I would like to have Journal of Necrotos. I always need more of them. And then actually Arachne Elixir is going to be another relic that I want quite badly. That being said, Codex Luminis is actually not bad either. But as always, that is going to be our progression through the faction wars there. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.